Hello, everybody. How are you all today? It's been a while since I put my face up here and had a little chat with you all, so it's a new week. Let's have a lunchtime live. My name's Eva. I'm the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival, and our next event is the Scottish Wool Producers Showcase, and that's going to take place on the 22nd of March 2025 in Perth. And really, I just thought I would come on, have a catch up with you today. We've got so many new followers after the festival, which I can't believe was a month ago already. So you might not be aware of this face. This is the face behind the account. This is me. This is what I do for a full-time job. Things are still ticking along, and I'm now feeling really, really guilty. So the reason that this is my backdrop is that my cats, have decided they're not doing today and they haven't gotten up yet. And now Martha has gotten up off the wool blanket and decided to leave the room because obviously I'm far too loud. The guilt right now. Yeah, so things are still ticking along in the background here. Thank you everybody for your patience. When I have the information to give you updates on some of the things that will be coming in the future, I will give you those updates. But stuff is kind of still ticking in the background. There's always admin to do. There's always probably something legal to do. There's always things to do with the yarn side of the business. If you weren't aware, we also have our own Scottish Provenance yarn brand. That's all. The web shop's open on our website at the moment. I am doing near enough daily trips to the post office. Thank you for those orders. That's ticking away. Everything's ticking away. Now, a quick word on online orders. So Royal Mail put the prices up today. I knew it was coming. I didn't know which day in October it was happening. We normally send out in the UK everything second class signed for. That's just gone up by 5p. That's not bad. So I've increased that price on the website today after doing my post office run. I will in time update all the international ones which are based on weight-based shipping, and I'm really sorry. I'll apologise on behalf because we're all doing it tough, aren't we? It is tough. Times are tough. I can't control what Royal Mail set the prices at for their services, particularly going international. If I do not charge international tracked and signed prices, I find that those packages just do not make their destinations. So for everyone's peace of mind, those are the prices I have to charge. I think the US one's going up to like over £20 for a £20 skein of yarn now. So if you're ordering from the US, it's going to cost you the same to get 2 skeins of yarn. In terms of postage, as it is, it's going to get one. I'm open and transparent about those prices. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Everything is going up and trying to hold back as much as I possibly can. I am getting some crafting time in. It's October. We have, allergies. Seasonal allergies as well. Trying not to blow my nose on camera. Don't know what to do. Thank you for your understanding. I mean, small businesses are just trying to be small businesses, aren't they? But I get that no one wants to be paying extra for anything at any time, and with all our production costs and things rising, it gets to that point where, as a small person, you can't absorb. You can absorb to an extent, but you can't afford to absorb everything because you've got those costs within your businesses to pay for, and you've also got your own bills, your own personal life and everything, just like everyone else has, to pay as well. So thank you for that. It's October. We have a Facebook group called Socktober with the Scottish Yarn Festival. 'Tis the season. If you like to knit or crochet socks and you would like some company, there's over 400 of us in that group. You are more than welcome to join. I did put a newsletter about it last week. One or two people kind of came back and went, yeah, don't do social media. If you want to set up a Ravelry group, then totally in that. Now, totally understand. However, I can't use Ravelry. Since the update a few years ago, if you've been on knitting social media, crochet social media for a while, you'll know that several years ago there were changes to how Ravelry appears. It's no longer accessible for a significant amount of people. I am one of those people. I really struggle to use it. I have to put on dark glasses if I'm using Ravelry, and I can only be on it for a certain amount of time. So that, and also doing something that is free, because the Facebook groups October is just a craft along that we do for fun. In terms of time, I'm not going away to set up a Ravelry group to ask someone else to do it so that we can have another thing on another platform. Hello from Canada. Just go onto our newsletter. Just go onto our website, the Scottish Yarn Festival. There's along the top, you'll see a page that says newsletter, and you just go and click on the button to do the opting in thing that you need to do for GDPR these days. You can sign up there. Because it's not always event related. We share other information throughout that as well. Like we just put that small one out about our Socktober group. So yeah, so that's why we don't have there is a Ravelry group for the Scottish Yarn Festival when we remember, or I can ask someone to go in and use my profile and go and post as me and put some information up about something. That's what we tend to do. But on a day-to-day basis, we are not Ravelry based. And I would argue the point that Ravelry is also a social media because of all the forums and things on it. I get that not everyone likes to use meta platforms. As a small business, you have to. But as an individual, that's a conscious choice as to whether you want to opt in or opt out of meta platforms. Whereas using Ravelry is an accessibility issue as well as a choice for other people. So just wanted to kind of mention that today. Not going to stay on a live for a while because you just don't want to hear me talking at you. But I'll show you my big project that I'm working on at the minute, which I'm really enjoying. So this has kind of been featuring in my stories for the last month or so. I'm knitting the Bee's Knees cardigan by Thea Colman. It's knit in our aran weight, which we officially launched a month ago, although the only place that you can get it other than our website is the Woolly Thistle in the US. But this is it in our Baird colourway, and I love the cables. Look at the cables. I've just gotten to the point where I picked it up yesterday for a little while, and I have now slit for the sleeves because it's a cardigan with a lovely shawl collar, and it's worked from the bottom up as opposed to top down. And I'm at that point where it's asking you to continue to do this while doing this and this at the same time. And my brain was just not taking it yesterday. So I only just got on about, I think, 12 rows of the shaping and put it down. Oh, that's really, really kind of you. I have seen the odd comment in various groups that I'm actually part of that I don't think people know that I'm there going on about my voice. And it's like, well, that's pleasant. You don't need to watch. That's okay. Not everyone's cup of tea. I'm fine with I'm fine with that. So I did swatch before I started my cardigan, which is great. And you knit the button band on later on. So I have swatched and I did meet gauge and I did get the recommended amount of positive ease. So I'm doing the 4th size. Yeah, it's coming on well actually. So it should sit about there actually, I reckon. This is not the best thing to be wearing if I was going to show you this against me. But we're getting there. It's a labour of love because it's completely textured. And it's in sections. But with it being aran, at the same time it's going quite quickly as opposed to if I was doing it in DK or fingering weight or 4-ply. And I do love the cable details. I love how the cables are mirrored at the front. it's just as well I'm not going to Rhinebeck this year because it would not be ready for Rhinebeck. I did kind of think, well, I put that as like an arbitrary goal out there because I'm knitting it as part of a cal, and it would be nice to have it finished at that point where most people are aiming towards, but I'm just not going to push it. I've got too many other things going on. And knitting, all knitting is good knitting, as the Woolly Thistle say. And yeah, so I'm getting there. I am getting there. I might put in a couple of inches this afternoon and just try and get this a little bit more established. So I've done the underarm shaping. The shaping has ended, but I've got patterned stitches at the armhole edge now, while I'm continuing the established cable pattern, and I'm doing V-neck decreases at the same time. So there's a lot going on here, while keeping the patterning going here too. There's a lot going on. I need to concentrate on it. It's The Bee's Knees by Thea Colman. So there's a lot going on. I'm getting there. I mean, and I'm taking this seriously. I do swatch if I'm making a garment. I've got stitch markers in it, probably more stitch markers than I need, and you probably won't see it from the front, but I've got it here. I have put a lifeline through as well. So a lifeline, if you're not aware, I think it's used mostly, I would say, in lace knitting, and it helps if something goes wrong to rip it back to a certain point and just be able to kind of scoop those stitches up, because it's not always easy if you're doing, knit two or purl two together, or yarn overs or whatever, and you have to take something back and you don't always manage to pick up all those stitches, and then you can have further issues and you've got to rip it further back and counting and all that jazz. So I have put, after the decreases, because I'm doing 3 things each row that I need to remember at the same time. Am I? No, actually it's 4. So I'm keeping the cabling panel correct. I'm keeping the texture panel correct. I am keeping patterning edge stitches for the armhole because we've stopped shaping it, but we've got patterning to keep that correct. And I'm doing V-neck decreasing all at the one time. So before we've gotten to that, I'm treating that as a new section of knitting, and that's where I've put my lifeline in. So worst case scenario, and I have already had to pull it back once, that's where I'm going back to, because your girl here didn't fully read the pattern, or rather she was tired when she was reading the pattern, and I thought I was to continue decreasing up here, and I'm not. The decreasing is done. We're down the stitches. I'm down to 53 stitches on my needle. I do not need to decrease at this side anymore. I just need to keep the patterning correct. And what I'm loving about this is that on the edges, and I've never had this in a pattern before, so on this, probably won't see it, on the cabled edge and on the edge for the armholes as well, it's like a garter stitch edge, and I just reckon that's going to make it so much easier for counting and picking up stitches when that comes on, because there's going to be a lot of picking up stitches. I'm going to have to pick up stitches for the armholes so that I can do my sleeves. I'm going to have to pick up stitches so that I can knit on the button band and the shawl collar, so that's going to come all the way up. And this beautiful cable panel actually goes right round the back of the garment, and I haven't read through enough to see whether that's grafted or whether it's 3 needle bind off or what's going on here. I'll worry about that when I get there. But it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's ridiculous. I don't have a single cardigan in my wardrobe these days. I don't know how it's happened. Maybe just since I've stopped working in the office, and I don't tend to wear knitwear around the house because I have cats and therefore I can't have nice things. Martha never learned how to retract her claws and it's just not worth it with knitwear. But I do need something to throw on, like like the shirt I'm wearing, or in particular band t-shirts with my jeans this season, because it's already getting cold. The heating's already on in the evenings. Not every evening, but it has been on. So this is perfect for throwing on, and I will get there. So thank you for joining me for this wee lunchtime live. I'm going to stop it now. I will upload it to the other places that you'll find us on the internet. So that will be our Facebook page and our YouTube channel as well. And have a good day. Speak to you later. Bye bye.